Hello, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. It is time for Global Tarot Circle. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. And we do this at least once a month. Global Tarot Circle has actually been meeting, since like 2011 or so. We started out on WebEx, then we moved to Facebook. Now we're here on YouTube. And at least once a month, we get together to share readings and some informal tarot study. So happy to see you all here today. If you're watching in replay, we appreciate you as well. For the first half hour of our time together, and we will be here for an hour, for the first half hour of our time together, we'll do some readings for each other. And then we will do some informal tarot study and discussion in the second half hour. All right. First of all, of course, I would like to acknowledge our members. You know who the members are because their names are in green. Members are people who make a monthly commitment to this channel. If you're interested in becoming a member, know that you can do so at one of three levels. Members do get some extra perks, and if at any time you need to drop your membership, you can. You're still welcome at this channel. I'll still love you. If you're here for the first time, so grateful to have you here. Please do subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell. You can also support this channel by liking this video. And we also appreciate super chats and super stickers. All right, I hope you all have your tarot decks with you. And some of you know the drill, man. You are already telling us your name, where in the world you are, and what deck you're using. And so we really appreciate that. Some of you also know that the first thing we're going to do is your burning questions. What is it that you would like to know? For those of you who are new to this, the format is pretty clear. You ask a question. I will answer with a single card. Anyone else who would like to do the reading will chat it in, the name of the person you're reading for, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. This is a great opportunity to practice reading quickly. I will go very quickly. You don't have to read for everyone. You might do every other one. You might do just the ones you want to. You might try to keep up and do them all. It's totally up to you. If you ask a question, remember not just to listen to me, but to get your full reading by reading through and seeing everybody who is reading for you. So I'm very happy to see all of you here. Smile Soul 20, I see your question. Yours will be first. And if you want a reading, but you don't know what to ask, do as Smile Soul 20 did. What does the universe want me to know? Right? Teresa from Georgia using Book of Shadows Tarot. So nice to see you. KW here from Connecticut. Jake in Atlanta using Robin Wood, one of my favorite decks, to give some drunken readings. All righty then. Sorry to those who think alcohol is low vibe or something, but they shouldn't sell beer at the zoo. Well, I hope you enjoyed the zoo. And, I would never drink when doing a professional reading, but I think when we gather for fun, there's nothing wrong with libations and divinations, if that's something you enjoy. Linda Lee from New Jersey, Bianca from New Jersey, using the Good Karma deck. Lisa Harmon, Karen Winkle, nice to see both of you. Thanks for being members of this channel. Karen Winkle is using Everyday Witch in Vancouver, Washington. Claire C., nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. V., glad you're here. Moonstar, glad you're here. Lisa Harmon, thanks for being a member here. In Greenville, South Carolina, using Everyday Witch. Ashrael Knight, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. And you are using Tarot of Mystical Moments. Lady Lenormand, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Claire C. is using Druidcraft Tarot and in Port Charlotte, Florida. Disco Bunny is Kristen from Connecticut with the Slavic Tarot. Dina Moskowitz, I feel like I haven't seen you in so long. Thanks for being here. Using Morgan Green in Nyack. V is using the Lover's Path Tarot. Very nice. Robin Renee, thanks for being a member here in Pittsburgh. Chara Saddlemeyer, thanks for being a member. Using Rider-Waite, can't go wrong with that. Moonstar is in Bloomington, Indiana, using the Radiant Rider-Waite. Lisa Harmon, I see your question. So far, that's the second question I see. We'll get there in just a moment. Glad you're here. Bianca Tarot is your first time joining in. So glad you're here. Okay, Ani. Recently moved from South Florida to Ecuador using the Mother Tarot. Thanks for being here. Elsie Paul from Winter Haven. And Diana Price, thanks for being a member here. I see your question. And Bianca, I see your question. Mystics Haven, I see your question. Betty Flesher, thanks for being a member here in West Virginia using New World of Visions Tarot. Jake, I see your question. Robin Renee is using the Giant Rider-Waite. DH, I see your question. Elsie, I see your question. Okay. KW using Psychic Tarot. Anna Luisa, so nice to see you. Reading with Dulac. I don't know that one. Okay. Diana Price is using the RWS. Okay. Kim, I see you. Reading with Medicine Woman Tarot. I love that. Tina's using Light Seers Tarot. Me too. All right. So I'm going to get to the questions. So you know what to do. I'm going to try to take these in the order that I see them. And please do join in the readings. The name of the person, the name of the card you drew, and your interpretation, starting with the question from Smile Soul 20. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading, at Smile Soul 20, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. Knight of Wands reversed. You know, I feel like you need to really think about the things that you enjoy, creative things, spiritual things, and put more energy into pursuing them. Pursue the things you enjoy. That's what I'm going to say. Okay. Next question. Just scrolling down. Okay, Lisa Harmon. Lisa, thanks for being a member here. Will my son get the job he has applied for? If you'd like to do this reading, at Lisa Harmon, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. The Ace of Cups reversed. Not necessarily. It's possible, but not necessarily. It's also possible he'll get it, but not like it as much as he's thinking. Let's see what other cards come up. This is not a definite no, but it's not my favorite. I'd like it better if it were right side up. Okay. Diana Price, are things finally turning around for me? All right, if you'd like to do this reading, at Diana Price, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And Diana, thank you so much for being a member here. Are things finally turning around for me? 9 of Cups. I mean, life is never without its challenges, and we know you've had quite a few over time, but there's a lot to be happy about. Absolutely. And I think there's an important lesson there, you know, like, and this is true for all of us, that one moment things can be like looking really dire. And then if we just sort of operate on our own behalf and do the best we can, things could get better. Okay, Bianca Tarot, what do I need to hear right now? If you'd like to do this reading, at Bianca Tarot, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Hierophant. Recognize your own skills and abilities and be willing to put yourself out there as the authority that you are. And when you need an authority, find a good authority, not a fake authority. Don't find your best friend, find your doctor. Unless you need a best friend, in which case, find the best friend. Find the right person for the right job. Mystics Haven. I work as a massage therapist, although I would like to do shamanic Reiki. Is my current place of work stable, or where should I look for stability and to find my niche? All right. If you'd like to do this reading at Mystics Haven, what do we see? The Hanged Man. I feel like it's stable enough and it's fine, but it might not allow you to grow in the way that you want to grow. Okay, Jake Tay. I just want to know if the thing I've been thinking about is really where my guides are wanting me to go towards. All right. If you'd like to do this reading at Jake Tay, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Are you seeing things clearly in this regard? Three of Pentacles reversed, not necessarily. I would definitely vet this a little more clearly. DH, so nice to see you. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at DH, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Six of Swords reversed. The universe reminds you not to get mired in your emotions. You can acknowledge your emotions, but don't get mired there. Use logic to move yourself forward. Elsie Paul, thank you for being here. Will I be buying a house this year? If you'd like to do this reading at Elsie Paul, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Page of Wands reversed. There may be some difficulties in that process. Certainly pursue it. It may not be this year, it may be next year, but definitely pursue it. Disco Bunny, what does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at Disco Bunny, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Emperor reversed. Disco Bunny, seek stability. Look at the things in your life that don't feel stable, figure out why they don't feel stable and shore them up or get rid of them. You need stability. You need to feel stable. All right, Kim, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. New acquaintance keeps giving backhanded compliments. What's up? Great question. If you'd like to do this reading, add Kim, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Star. I'm thinking this person is not really aware they're backhanded. This person may just communicate that way. That would be my thought. I'm just going to take a break and thank everyone for being here. Keep on doing the readings. I'll get back to you in just a moment. I want to remind those of you who are local to me, near Palm City, Florida, that we have our in-person tarot meetup, Cards and Conversation, coming up this Sunday, 4 p.m. at Panera Bread in Palm City. Please do join us in person. We're looking forward to seeing you. I'd also like to let everyone know that I've got classes and meetups here on YouTube scheduled here not only for March, but also for April. I just got a bunch of them up today. And that means we have, I haven't scheduled the April members only class, but for members, there is a members only class for March. So make sure you find it and mark your calendar for that as well if you are a member. All right. Chara Saddlemeyer, is there anything Spirit wants me to know? If you'd like to do this reading, at Chara Saddlemeyer, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And Chara, thank you so much for being a member of this channel. We really appreciate you. Is there anything Spirit wants Chara to know? The Three of Cups. If you have good friends, spend time with them. If you have friends that you enjoy that you haven't seen in a long time, reach out to them. If you feel like you don't have friends, it's time to make some friends. You need friends. Robin Renee Albritton, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here and thanks for being a member here. What does the universe want me to know? If you'd like to do this reading at Robin Renee Albritton, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Six of Pentacles reversed. Be generous, but take care of yourself. You practice good self-care, practice good boundaries. Don't let people take advantage of you. Ani, what do I need to know about blocking Lee? So that's an interesting question because it's hard to understand. Are you asking if you should block Lee? Are you asking what Lee's thinking about being blocked? Have you already blocked Lee? This is a teachable moment, if you don't mind, about questions that are hard to answer because it's not really clear what you're asking. And so for those of you who are readers, if you're sitting with someone and they ask a question like that, don't use the cards to clarify. Ask them, so did you block this person? What is it you really want to know? I will go ahead and just pull a card and see what I get. But, the best readings come from the best questions. And this is a hard question to figure because you could take it in so many different ways, such as, should I block this person? What is this person thinking about being blocked? Did I do the right thing about blocking this person? There's a lot of ways to go. I'll pull a card and see what comes up. Please do the same. If you'd like to do this reading, at Ani, cards on the floor, man. At Ani, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay, cards on the floor. One was right side up, and it is the 10 of Swords. So someone is upset. And that might mean that if you have blocked this person, you are doing it out of upset rather than out of strategy. But the 10 of Swords can also talk about just being done, and maybe you're just done, and that's okay. And if Lee is blocked, then Lee may be upset about that. And so there's definitely some need for healing here. Hey, in the country, have I been attracting negative energy recently? That's such an interesting question because that, really... That really relies on a particular belief set. Like a person would actually have to believe that that's a thing, that attracting negative energy is a thing. And what does negative energy mean? Is that spirits? Is that what is that? So that's another question. Like if someone asked me that at my table, I would be like, so what do you mean by that exactly? Because I don't know that negative energy is a thing that can be attracted. That's not in my belief set. But let's pull a card and see what we got. If you'd like to do this reading, at In the Country, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Knight of Swords reversed. I feel like things are not moving forward quickly for you. I feel like you're not feeling very clear. That doesn't strike me as negative energy. It strikes me as something you need to turn around within your own life and in your own mindset. Betty Flesher, thanks for being a member here. I just over-scrolled. Where are you? Oh, my goodness gracious. Thank you, everyone, for doing readings. Really appreciate it. Appreciate everyone being here and appreciate you doing readings. Choo. Here we go. Okay, In the Country. And again, if you'd like to do this reading, at In the Country, the name of the card you got, and I already did you. You were the Knight of Swords reversed. Betty Flesher, what does the universe want me to know? Thanks for being here, Betty. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using one of the members only emojis. All right. Betty, what does the universe want you to know? The Eight of Cups reversed. Think about where you need to be tenacious and where you're just being stubborn. If there's something that's going on that you're just being stubborn, maybe let that go. But if you really have to be tenacious, then be tenacious. Hey, Jazzy J, the Tarot Mage Game Cat. New here in South Florida. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Where in South Florida are you? You're using the Modern Spellcasters Tarot. So I don't know if you heard, we do an in-person meetup in Palm City. I don't know if that's south enough for you, but it's at Panera this coming Sunday, 4 p.m. Hope you'll join us if you're in the area. Thanks so much for being here, and you're using Modern Spellcasters. That is great. Ashriel Knight. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Burning question. I would like to know if there's any additional information from my spirit guide based on the message I got this morning. All right, we can do that. At Ashriel Night, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What's the additional message? Seven of Pentacles. Whatever it is, it's going to take time and you're going to have to work at it and you're going to have to be patient. Karen Winkle, thanks for being a member here. Will my grandson arrive this week by Sunday, and how will the delivery go? First of all, congratulations. We're so excited for you and for your family. What do we see? If you'd like to do this reading, at Karen Winkle, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Hierophant, in good hands medically. I would say very likely to come this week or very close to it. And I think it'll be pretty textbook. Lots of great readings. Thank you all so much for being part of this process and being here today. I really appreciate you all. KW, should I move? If you'd like to do this question, at KW, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Four of Wands reversed. So I think you would like to move, but you got to make sure that you can do so and retain your stability. That would be the question. Hey, Dave Victor, nice to see you. Okay, lots of great readings. Hey, Santiago Espinoza, nice to see you. What can I expect in regards of my finances? If you'd like to do this reading, at Santiago Espinoza, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Eight of Wands reversed. I think things are going to be a little slow, so be conservative. Oh, interesting. Claire C. Claire, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I feel like someone new will be entering my life. Will this be good for all? If you'd like to do this reading, at Claire C., the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Death reversed. If such a thing happens, it will not hurt anything or disrupt anything. All right, let's see. Lots of great readings. Thank you, everyone, for doing this. I really appreciate it. Clumsy Clairvoyance, nice to see you. Okay, Katie Kondo, brand new member. Yay. Applause for our brand new member. Thank you for being here, Katie Kondo. Okay, Remy Wilkinson, thanks for being here. Is Rose going to ever reach out? If you'd like to do this reading, at Remy Wilkinson, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. King of Wands, I'm going to see that as a yes. I think so. Okay. Okay, from my perspective, I have got, hey, Cheryl Jefferson, nice to see you. Hope to see you at Panera this weekend. Same with you, Dave Victor. From my perspective, I've answered every question. If I accidentally missed your question, I'm so sorry. So right now, if you have asked a question and I haven't answered it, it's because I accidentally skipped it. Please reiterate. Please reiterate. And clumsy clairvoyance, I missed your question. Okay, going back. I apologize. Going back. Looking for you. Anyone else? Let me know. If I missed your question, I apologize. Let me know to go back, or here we go. Got it. Got it, clumsy clairvoyance. I've been having some really chaotic, crazy dreams lately. Is there anything or meaning in them, or perhaps a message from guides or spirit? And Teresa, I see your question too. I'll get you right after Teresa Chase. So clumsy clairvoyance, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Crazy dreams. Anyone would like to do this reading at Clumsy Clairvoyance? The name of the card you got and your interpretation. The High Priestess reversed. So I feel like there's something on your mind. Like I would see this not as a spiritual thing, more as a psychological thing. There's something on your mind. There's something bugging you. You are feeling, I don't know if you're feeling worried or guilty or not enough or not good. This is definitely something to pay attention to, but not on a spiritual level as much as on a psychological level. But there is that place where the spiritual is the psychological, right? So this is an opportunity for healing. Teresa Chase, I like that question too. May I also please have a card for what the universe wants me to know? Of course. Teresa Chase, thank you for being a member here. We appreciate you. And if you'd like to do this reading, everyone, at Teresa Chase, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Teresa, the Three of Wands. The universe wants you to know that you are successful in many ways and you can be even more successful at creating the life you want. Do not give up. You may get discouraged. We all do, but do not give up. Be clear about what you want. Go for it. You'll get it. Oh, Katie's question, niece or nephew? Really, is that a question? Are you asking about whether a baby will be a boy or a girl? Is that what you're asking? Go ahead and confirm that's what you're asking. If you're doing a gender question, and if you are, go ahead and ask that, and we will answer it. And there's a great question here about reversals. And yeah, no, you don't have to use reversals. I will later on share with you my reason for using reversals, but it's totally up to you. Totally up to you. Everyone has their own way of working with the cards. And as long as it's working for you, you're good. Okay. Hey, Mitzi, nice to see you. Here's a question from Mitzi. I finally made it to the live. Yay. I deal with a struggle between health and wanting to have a life outside of my personal care. Is it an ideal time to step into more education? Okay, great question. If you would like to do this question at Mitzi Trahan, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Five of Swords. You know, it's hard. What I would say with this card is maybe you step in, but you step in slowly. Maybe it's just one class. Don't do too much. Be careful. Let's see what the other cards come up. I think it is a great idea, but be careful and recognize, you already have a battle on your hands, and education is a battle too. It is a battle you can win, but set yourself up to win. Now's not the time to enroll in 6 classes, but 1 or 2, maybe, yeah. Okay, and Teresa, I'm sorry I missed you. We did get to you. And if anyone else I've missed, please let me know, let me know, let me know. Okay. Okay, and people have already started doing what we do in the second half. So at this point, we're halfway through. If I've accidentally missed your question, please do reiterate. But we're now moving into burning questions about tarot, which people are naturally already starting to do. So thank you. There was already a question about reversals. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a moment. And there was also a question about astrological decans. Oh, and I see a question from Esmai. I will do that too. So Dina wants to know about decans. Does anyone use them? I don't. I really enjoyed Marion Kirk's class on them at StarCon this year, but it's not in my practice. If anyone uses them, please tell us what you use them, how do you use them? How is it working in? And tag it. Decans, Decans. If you use them, let us know. Great question, Dina. Okay, here's a question for a reading. What does the universe want me to do for increasing health of body, mind, and spirit? This will be the last or one of the last readings we will do. At Esmai, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Page of Swords reverse. There are things you need to learn to take better care of yourself. Learn what you need to learn to be in better self-care. All right. Okay. So if I've missed a question or a comment about tarot that we need, please describe the difference between justice and judgment. Okay. I'm going to do that right now. Then we're going to talk about reversals. We had a couple of requests for comment and conversation in our Facebook group. And if you're not a member of our Facebook group, we're on Facebook as Global Tarot Circle. Although because that Facebook group is really dealing with all the things we do here on YouTube, its name is going to change soon. But right now it is called Global Tarot Circle, and please join us there. So everyone, tag it, justice, judgment, describe the difference. If you look at the Venn diagram in those cards, what they have in common, they're major arcana, they both begin with the letter J, and they both in a way deal with karma. Justice can talk about legal issues and what is right and what is wrong and doing the right thing. Judgment is more, it's over and done and we're looking at it, right? So justice is do the right thing. Judgment is you did the right thing. Judgment is the final analysis. Judgment is hearing the calling of the angels. Judgment is ending in new beginnings. Justice is involved with the legal system and finding balance and an admonition to do the right thing. Let's see what other people have to say about that. Ani, this is a good one. What card most represents overthinking? Tag that, overthinking. What are your thoughts? I would say 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. Bang. Let's see what you have to say. Dina says 9 of Swords, right? Right. So go ahead. Dina says about decans. I'm going to take cards for Sun, Moon, and Rising degrees and talk about those cards. Okay, very good. And Lady Lenormand, thank you so much, has helped us out with a super sticker. Most appreciated. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk for a minute about reversals, and then I'll get to what Jake has to say here. So here's why I use reversals. And I'm not trying to justify it. Some people will, some people won't. And it also depends what deck you work with. There are some decks that really are not designed to be worked with reversals. But whether you use reversals or not, you will always use dignity. What is dignity? Another word for dignity is aspect. And dignity or aspect is how we read the card, whether we read the most obvious direct meaning or whether the energy of the card is in the future or in the past or reversed or forced, or too much or too little thereof. Reversal is one way of suggesting that the card is ill-dignified, but there are many others. Okay, Kim on judgment. I associate with judgment with feeling called to something. Yes, and a release of something, and those are aspects I don't see in the judgment card. Agreed. Ashriel Knight, overthinking, 7 of Cups. Agreed. Bianca, overthinking, 9 of Swords and 8 of Swords, also 2 of Swords. Sure. Oh, Katie Kondo, that is so kind. A super sticker from Katie Kondo. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Okay. Jake, if anyone in the chat wants to answer this one, I'm going to answer it too. Feel free. I heard the name Lilith in a dream recently in a female voice. Is this the name of a guide or something? Yeah, Lilith. I don't know a lot about Lilith. She shows up in Judeo-Christian mythology, and I think has been adopted into pagan mythology as well. Dave answers, Lilith was the goddess that existed before Satan. She's considered the grandmother of feminine energy. Yeah, absolutely. Very good. Very good. All right. So, Bianca, I don't read reversals. I also have a hard time shuffling cards. Upright works fine for me. Sure. Okay. Very good. All right. So in our Facebook group, there were 2 requests, and the floor is now open for any questions about tarot. Right, Linda Lee, in Judeo-Christian mythology, Lilith was Adam's first wife before Eve. Exactly. All right. So interesting why that's come up for you. That would be a fun thing to play with. So in our Facebook group, there were 2 things that came up. One was about tarot and timing. For those of you who get my newsletter, the Tarot Topics Weekly newsletter, we talked this week about timing. If anyone can drop the link to the Facebook group, that would be most appreciated. Jazzy Jeff did a personal reading, and one of the cards was Queen of Wands, and in this deck, it's Lilith. That's cool. Okay. Are night cards the player cards? Can be, not always, but can be. They're certainly the ones in pursuit, and players are in pursuit. Diana, Lilith would not submit to Adam. That's really interesting. The original bad girl, I got that. The thing is, Bianca, sometimes the Knight of Cups can be a legit suitor. So there's that. Okay, so timing. If you want to talk about timing, tag it timing. So when we talk about how to tell time with tarot, and specifically the whole thing we were talking about is like, how do you know the moment is right? Are there cards that say you better make hay while the sun shines? Are there cards that say it is the right moment, go for it? Is there a card that says go for it? That would be the Knight of Swords for me. And so if there's a particular card that says go for it, tag it go for it, and tell us what that card is. And do you have a technique for tarot timing? A lot of you know my whole thing is to work with cards that have a quality of time versus than talking about quantity of time. Some cards are fast, some cards are slow. The Hanged Man, for example, slow. The Knight of Swords, fast. So there's all of that. And lots of great conversation going on here about Lilith. Claire, Eight of Wands, a good go for it. Dina, timing, look for the season in the image of the card you picked. Zuri, Yacht Zuri Shop, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. The sun says go for it. Zuri at the Yacht Zuri Shop will be a guest teacher here in May, by the by. Ashriel, timing, Eight of Wands, do it now, do it quick. Yep. V, timing in the Celtic cross. Well, the outer, the four cards in the cross are all about your relationship with time. You know, you've got past and future there. Dave, go for it, the Chariot. Sure, absolutely. Chara, go for it, the Fool. Yes. Zuri, Knight of Pentacles, slow moving. Karen, go for it, Eight of Wands. Yup. Clumsy Clairvoyance, go for it, the Chariot. Absolutely. Bianca, sometimes the numbers on the cards give times. Repeating numbers means something. Absolutely. Disco Bunny, regarding decans. I'm using the decans chart to study all the minor cards this year, just reflecting on the card during the time period and seeing if I can feel the energy in the environment. Six of Wands, Jake, Six of Wands, go for it. I like it. Kennedy Casey, a new member of this channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Go for it. Ace of Wands and Eight of Wands, absolutely. Bianca, aces can represent something new timing. Claire C, go for it. Could the moon ever mean 1 month and the sun 1 day? Absolutely. Absolutely could, yes. Sun could also mean in the summer. The moon could mean at night. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dina, go time. Two of Wands reversed. Yeah, stop thinking, start doing. Absolutely, yes, I love that. That's so good. All right. And again, the floor is still open for any questions about tarot. You know what, Suri? There is a timing class. We did it last year, maybe. It is in the playlist of live tarot webinars for people can go back and review. We did do that. Ashriel, Seven of Wands, ready or not, you've got to do it. That's a good one. I like that. Very good. And Bianca, what about seasons? The sun feels summertime. Sure. And Five of Pentacles could be winter. Sure. Absolutely. You know, there's no one right way to do it. Try what you think and see what works. Lisa Harmon, I've recently begun studying the Lost Tarot of Nostradamus. What I'm finding out is that I have problems understanding the cards. The couplets that accompany the cards that are in the book are accurate. Interesting. Dave, timing and readings. Do the suits have a connection to the four seasons? There are a lot of people who use that, and they have different, like I've heard like so many different ways, like cups is summer for some people and spring for other people. Wands is summer for some people and fall for other people. But yeah, you could assign a season to each suit. Absolutely. Dina, here's one. Best one card daily pull question. So that depends. If you're new, it's which card should I study today? What do you all think? Tag it one card pull. Like if you're going to do a CO, actually tag it COTD. That's even better. If you're going to do a card of the day, what's the best question for your card of the day? Jake, cards that require precision. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. Justice in a way. So tag it precision. What cards require precision? And Betty has timing for the suits as well. That's another way to do it. And Dina's sharing her timing, her seasons for the suits. Bianca wants to know what's your favorite card. Hers is the Star. Mine is Temperance. Disco Bunny, favorite card, Nine of Pentacles. Tag it fave. Tell us your favorite card. Okay, so saved the hardest for last. A couple of people asked in our group, And remember to tag if you're answering something, because we've got like 5 different conversations here. So make sure you tag it so we know what you're talking about. Difference between tarot and oracle. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. We've got 3 of Pentacles for precision. 3 of Swords for precision could indicate surgery. Good stuff. I'm not going to have time to read all the good comments, so make sure you read through. The difference between tarot and oracle. A lot of you have heard me say this, but I'm going to do it. Technically, the word oracle refers to any tool used for divination. So tarot is itself an oracle. Any person who does divination, so we are oracles. The place a divination is done, I'm in my oracle, or the message that is given. But in today's modern market, the term oracle is used to denote a card deck that is not part of any system. It's not tarot, it's not Lenormand, it's not Kipper. It's something that was designed to be its own thing. And there are some decks that call themselves tarot that really aren't close enough to the tarot system to be tarot. So in today's market, an oracle deck, it does not belong to any specific system. It's just, it was something they made up. The artist and the author made it up. And so when you learn to use it, that doesn't translate into any other deck. Okay. FGM is the Oracle of Florida. I love that. I love that. Robin Renee, is the 2 of Cups the best romance card? It's a good one. But you know what? I had one client, the 2 of Cups kept coming up for her about her relationship. They broke up 2 weeks later. I'm with you, Jake. Unpopular opinion. Osho Zen is not a tarot deck. I'm with you. I'm with you. Are we doing anything special for the equinox? Yes, right here. Check it out. It's already scheduled here. We're meeting together right here on YouTube for the equinox. Disco, I read that tarot answers why and Lenormand answers how. Thoughts? I don't know. I think it's all in how you use it. I think tarot can answer anything. And I don't read Lenormand well enough to know. I don't like limitations on tarot. Hey, we've got some agreement here that Osho Zen is an oracle deck. All right, so the question at hand is reading on global events, reading tarot on global events at a time in global uncertainty. Do you read on global events? Tag it global events. Do you read on global events? What's going on in the world? And if so, what advice could you give about that? And here's what I'm going to say. I read on global events all the time, but I recognize a couple things. Number one, you got to get your own politics out of it. For instance, if you're reading on an election or something like that, you cannot look at what you wish to have happen. You have to get your own attachments out of it to do a correct reading. You also have to get your own fears out of it. You have to really, I really believe that whenever we come to tarot, we have to do it from a place of compassionate detachment. That is especially important when doing global events. So tag it global events and talk to me about how you do it. And I'm liking some of the conversations that are going on here. So Bianca likes the 10 of Pentacles for love. Thing is, though, the 10 of Pentacles is also about ancestry and ancestral patterns. And so if there's like this whole pattern of really bad relationships from generation to generation, I would argue that there is no one card that is best for love. I would argue that. And COTD from Lisa, what do I need to know today? Absolutely. And Tia, card of the day from Dina, 2 cards, the energy and the advice. What's the energy around me today and what's the advice for me today? Ashriel, regarding precision, temperance, finding the right mixture. I love that. Card of the day from Clumsy Clairvoyance. What should I know or consider today? That's good. And Betty does one at the end of the day to wrap up the day. I love that. Kennedy, what do I need to know today? What is going to happen today? Lots of fun favorite cards going on as well. So talk to me about global events. Let's see. So Lisa does read on global affairs. Lady Lenormand says, yes, I agree. It's done for healing and awareness. It can be comforting for me. Linda Lee has read on COVID, all of that. Dave, we could be on the verge of World War III. It's tough to look at that dispassionately, but a great exercise. If you want to be a good tarot reader, one of the best exercises, whether there is something that's going on in your own life or in the world or something that you're upset about, but you can't come at it from that perspective. You can't come at it from the perspective of, okay, we could be on the verge of World War III. What do I need to know about it? You have to pull back and say, okay, what's going to happen with Ukraine and Russia? Without that ominous thing, even if that's what you feel and believe, you can't bring that to the reading. And that is a great exercise. Likewise in your own life, whatever's going on in your own life that is upsetting or worrisome, that is the great thing to practice on, because you have to be a good reader. If you want to be a good reader for yourself and for others, you have to be able to get out of your fear, your desire, your judgment, your attachment. You have to be a really good Buddhist in that moment, even if you're not, and let go of all of those things to do a good reading. And so it's a fabulous exercise, as difficult as it is. Jake, I did a reading about COVID when it first started, and I instantly saw it wasn't going to go away soon. Got the devil in the tower. There you go. Ashriel, regarding global events, I always do it and I love it. Yes, be objective and remove biases. Be very specific with the question and the timing. And you know, Ashriel, you just said a good thing in terms of how to deal with timing. Will this happen in the next 3 days? Or what will happen in the next 3 days? What will happen in the next week? That's a good way to put timing into the question. I love that. Bianca, I've done readings on missing people. I did one for a person recently and it was positive. The girl was found shortly thereafter. Very good. Very good. Claire C. Today I was thinking, praying for Ukraine, and the cards came up in a Celtic cross. Putin was the hermit reversed, and Zelensky was the king of hearts. Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. All right. For a question of the day, card of the day, how should I handle any obstacle that comes up today? That's good. Okay. Kennedy Casey, I don't usually read for global events. I prefer not to know. I do pay attention to dreams about them. Isn't that interesting? Claire C. Today I was thinking, praying for Ukraine, and the cards came up in a Celtic cross. Oh, right. We just did that one. Sorry. I like that, obviously. Kim, I couldn't read for the last presidential election. I believed Biden would win, but I don't really like him or Trump, so my readings kept making it look like some unknown third person would win. But see, that's the thing. You can't bring your likes and dislikes to the reading. You can't have any investment in it at all. And of course, we all do. We're all invested, but you have to take that investment. So that's why it is so important before we come to the cards that we take all of our fears, desires, likes, dislikes, everything, and take them out of, like, I literally energetically take it out of myself and I put it in an energetic box over here. And that's the exercise. Clumsy clairvoyance. I would compare being a good tarot reader is like being a good judge, balanced and impartial. Sure. Lady Lenormand, my friends and I spent a lot of time reading on the last election. Yep, you and I did some of that. It was fascinating and accurate. It's hard not to be biased, but the readings had obvious outcomes. Linda Lee, for COVID, I got the Ace of Swords reversed and 10 of Swords. Didn't look good for outcome cards. Yep. Lisa, I think that the Nostradamus deck is going to be my go-to for global events. Kim, using the light bulb, yay. I'd love it if we could ask now, how will the people in the U.S. be impacted by Ukraine and Russia? That's a good question. Anyone who wants to do that? The thing is, like, you know, that's such a hard question in terms of impact because, like, okay, gas prices could go up. And for some people, that's going to be the end of the world. And some people don't even drive. And so when you say, how will someone be impacted? And like some people, even right now, people in the U.S., there are Ukrainian people and Russian people in the U.S. who are very impacted right now, and some people not at all. So asking how many people are in the U.S. now? You know, asking how all those people are going to be impacted, that's hard. You know, that's not a question I would want to do because there's so many people and there's so many different ways people can be impacted and so many people feel impacted when they're really not. You know, I would want a different question, actually. Regarding current events, Disco Bunny, sometimes we read on them before we know. I got the tower a lot before the pandemic. And I was also telling people before they would lose their jobs for health reasons, but not theirs. There you go. Yep. Lisa, the hardest thing we have to learn is loving neutrality. Yup. Okay, so we've got 4 minutes. And Jake did the reading. 10 of Pentacles reversed, it will impact our economy. But the sun, it'll be temporary. 7 of Cups, a lot of things are up in the air. Not even Spirit fully knows. Ace of Swords reversed, decisions have yet to be made. Yep. Decisions have not yet been made by those in charge. Bianca, for the impact, I got the 7 of Pentacles. It will mainly be financial and people losing hope. Good. So anyone who wants to pull a card on somehow on that question, go for it. Yeah, I got the King of Pentacles reversed. I will tell you, I've done a lot of readings on this. I am betting that Putin is going to be dethroned, that no one is really going to be excited about this, and that Putin is going to lose his position because of it. That's my guess. We'll see. How would I phrase the effect of the war question? I would ask a series of questions, a lot of questions. How will Ukraine retain its autonomy? Will there be will nuclear weapons be used at all? You know, I would ask a series of questions about something this big, not just one. That's what I would do. All right, lots and lots of great stuff here. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for participating. Really appreciate you. Look at all the classes we've got. Tomorrow, I do the Friday weekly wrap-up. I've got a meeting in the morning about StarCon. I'll tell you about it later. I may not be back in time. So I will do the Friday weekly wrap-up, but I don't know at what time. All right. And Denise Woods, nice to see you. We have 38 people here and only 16 likes. If you're here and you're participating, I sure hope you like it. So like it, please do. Please hit like. I appreciate all of you so very much. A special thank you to our members and to those who helped out with super chats and super stickers. We always have a good time here. Now's the time for shameless self-promotion. Drop your links. I'll do mine verbally, but let's follow each other. Let's help each other. Obviously, you can reach me at my website, christianagaudet.com. I am available for readings by phone, Skype, FaceTime, Messenger, Zoom, right here in my Palm City office. Join us if you're local this Sunday, 4 o'clock at Panera. I hope to see you. And please look at all the classes and meetups we've got scheduled here on YouTube. I'd like to see you. And members, remember, we have a members only class scheduled for the month. I appreciate all of you so much. I will look forward to seeing you all soon. Please do like this video. Thank you all so much for being here. And let's all pray for peace. I believe in the power of prayer. So let's pray. Let's do tarot magic. Let's bring peace to the planet because we sure need it. Thanks all so much.